Hello friends, welcome to my channel Physics with Rakshit. In the present video, we will see 7th chapter of the book Look Quantum Gravity for Everyone, authored by Rodolfo, Gambini and Jorge, Pullin. That is further developments, spin, form, which is covariant approach to quantize gravity. In the previous video, we showed quantum cosmology. Let us start. Earlier, I explained that Thomas Riemann gave quantum version of Einstein field equation, which is quite challenging and which is useful to study dynamics of theory, loop quantum gravity. In loop quantum gravity, there are two kinds of quantization to quantize gravity. First one is canonical, second one is covariant quantization. Canonical quantization is also known as ADM formalism, in which space and time are divided as 3 plus 1. Here we are studying hypersurfaces that I will explain in separate videos in my YouTube channel. Here it is difficult to explain these all concepts in one video for popular audience. In this approach, we use Hamiltonian mechanics. It is also known as Dirac's process of quantization. Second approach is covariant quantization, which is also known as spin form that we are studying here, in which we are considering path integral given by Feynman. In quantum mechanics, when we consider path integral, we are talking about sum over history. When we are talking about loop quantum gravity, it means sum over geometry. Let us see. So it uses Lagrangian mechanics to study quantization of gravity. So as I told it here, we can say sum over history as sum over geometry, as we are considering various trajectory of quantum geometry. We know that another name of loop quantum gravity is quantum geometry. Here, as I told, these lectures are intended for other physicists, amateurs, and those who want to know what is loop quantum gravity. So it is difficult to cover technicalities of covariant approach or spin form, which are covered in the book authored by Rovelli and Vidotto, that is covariant loop quantum gravity. Those who are interested to study this approach deeply can read this book. So here we are studying path integral approach given by Feynman. In quantum mechanics, when we are talking about path integral approach, we are considering various trajectories that are chosen by various particles from initial to final position. When we are talking about path integral approach in loop quantum gravity, we are talking about various trajectories of spin network states from initial to final position, that is sum over geometry. So in this diagram, I have shown how various spin network states goes from one to another states, and we will have various vertices and links. In this diagram, I have shown splitting of one node into two nodes. Earlier, we showed that what is atom of space, in which there are nodes or vertices and links. Here in loop quantum gravity, most famous nodes are trivalent nodes that we will see in separate videos. So by this way, we can demonstrate sum over geometry where spin network states are making transition into another states. Here in some classical equations includes all trajectories that all particles are choosing. These equations also excludes those trajectories that particle will not choose. In this diagram, I have shown trajectories of particles or spin network states, particularly for loop quantum gravity. We are talking about spin network states. Here we have considered three trajectories, that is 1, 2, 3, and which is studied as sum over geometry in covariant loop quantum gravity. Here, similar to quantum mechanics, where we can assign probabilities to various trajectories of particles, here we can also assign probabilities to various spin network states. And thereafter, we can also assign expectation values similar to quantum mechanics. Here, these covariant loop quantum gravity uses various actions, which is nothing but a function of variables of system like Lagrangian action, Hamiltonian action, Einstein-Hilbert action. Those who are studying physics might be aware about this whole kind of action. Here, similar to general theory of relativity, in covariant loop quantum gravity, space and time are at equal footing. And when we are talking about some more geometry in loop quantum gravity, it means we have considered all spin network states from initial to final point, which is look-like form. Here, consider spin network which are made up of wire and submerged into soap water. It will look like spin form. Another thing is full dynamics of general theory of relativity and loop quantum gravity is challenging. So what we are doing, we are considering quantum gravity and general theory of relativity in 2+1 dimension. It means we are considering 2 space dimension and 1 time dimension by ignoring 1 space dimension. So it is much simpler theory and it is also much fruitful than 3+1 theory. Some results of 2+1 loop quantum gravity are similar to Regge calculus, which was proposed by Ponzano and Regge in 1968. And these results are coincide with this approach, Regge calculus, which is another theory of quantum theory of gravity. So we can say that spin form is quite fruitful as in principle at theoretical level. Another thing is spin form is an example of general class of tensor network which are widely used in condensed matter physics and string theory, and its some conjecture provide bridge between loop quantum gravity and string theory. So we can have some results through which we can study loop quantum gravity with string theory. Both are promising candidates of theory of quantum gravity. In the first video of this series, I mentioned this thing. Thereafter, in this approach, Oriti and other physicists of loop quantum gravity community proposed a class of quantum field theory, that is group field theory, which consider Feynman diagram to study elementary particles. And here, results of Feynman diagram are similar to diagram of spin form. We know that Feynman diagram is like graphical representation of scattering theory or scattering process. Those who are studying physics might have heard and might have viewed Feynman diagram that I have mentioned here. For instance, annihilation of electron and positron gives us photon, which in turn gives us quark and anti-quark, and from one of quark we will have gluons. This is one of the representation of Feynman diagram or basic representation of Feynman diagram. So what is path integral approach in context with spin form of or covariant approach of loop quantum gravity? Let us see. Here, as I mentioned, path integral approach studies scattering process. Here, in case of loop quantum gravity, Rovelli and other collaborators are studying final fate of black hole by spin form calculation. And they are predicting the result of final fate of black hole as white hole. These kind of proposals may solve black hole information paradox in loop quantum gravity. It is like time reverse of black hole. But thing is, these calculations are quite preliminary, so we cannot say whether it will give us complete theory or approximation. So this is about what is spin form or covariant approach of loop quantum gravity or dynamics of loop quantum gravity. So in this video, we have shown quantization techniques in loop quantum gravity, how quantized version of Einstein's field equation are useful to quantize gravity in loop quantum gravity. Thereafter, we saw some basics of path integral. Thereafter, we have shown trajectory of spin network states, how it will give us various vortices and leaks according to this diagram. We have also shown this diagram, atom of space. We have shown path integral in context with loop quantum gravity as a sum over geometry. Thereafter, we have shown results in 2+1 dimension and which are coincide with other quantum gravity theories like Regge calculus. Thereafter, we have shown group field theory, which is another class of quantum field theory which study elementary particle in scattering process. Thereafter, we show what is spin form, how it is useful in loop quantum gravity as well as in other branches like condensed matter physics, string theory. And by this result, we can study string theory with loop quantum gravity. Thereafter, we show how various physicists in loop quantum gravity community used spin form calculation to study final fate of black hole. Thanks for listening and watching. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any question regarding this chapter, that is further development spin form, you can ask in the comment section.